Before colonization, the Rwandan people had a rich and unique set of customs, traditions, and systems that reflected their culture, values, and lifestyle. Some of these customs were quite distinctive and might seem unusual to people from other parts of the world. Here are some of the most interesting aspects of pre-colonial Rwandan life. 1. The Ubuhake system, patronage system. This was a form of patronage where individuals or families would pledge loyalty and service to a higher-ranking family or individual in exchange for protection, land, and resources. This system helped to create strong social bonds and hierarchies within Rwandan society. 2. The role of the Mwami, king. The king, Mwami, in pre-colonial Rwanda, was not just a political leader but also a spiritual one. His role was to maintain harmony between the people, the land, and the spirits. The Mwami was considered to have divine authority and was believed to be the intermediary between the living and the ancestors. 3. Traditional ceremonies and rites of passage. Rwandans had deeply rooted ceremonies that marked important life events, such as birth, puberty, marriage, and death. For instance, during the Intor warrior ceremony, young men were trained in various skills, including fighting, singing, and dancing, to prepare them for their role in society. 4. The Agachiro, or value system. Agachiro translates roughly to dignity or value and was central to Rwandan social ethics. People were expected to uphold personal and collective dignity, which influenced the way they interacted with each other, resolving disputes and maintaining harmony within their communities. 5. Cattle and their symbolic importance. Cattle were not only an important source of wealth in pre-colonial Rwanda, but also held deep symbolic value. They were considered a sign of prosperity and social status. In fact, the famous saying, Inka ni umuko, cattle is culture, reflects the central role of cattle in Rwandan life. 6. Traditional governance, ubwoko. Rwandan society was organized around clans known as ubwoko. Each clan had its own traditions and was responsible for maintaining social order within its own group. These clans were linked by mutual respect and kinship and played a central role in governance. Local leaders, called abattoir, were responsible for justice, managing resources, and ensuring peace. 7. Wrestling and traditional sports. Wrestling was a highly popular sport in Rwanda before colonization. It wasn't just about physical strength, but also about honor, as victory in wrestling matches was a sign of personal and familial prestige. 8. Traditional medicine and healing practices. Before colonial influence, Rwandans had a rich tradition of herbal medicine and spiritual healing. Healers, often called abavuzi, used a variety of plant-based remedies and rituals to treat illnesses, and they were highly respected in society. 9. The role of storytelling oral traditions were central to Rwandan culture. Elders and griots, oral historians, would pass down stories, legends, and history through generations. These stories often carried moral lessons, explaining the origins of customs, genealogies of families, and the acts of great leaders. 10. Matriarchal influence. While Rwandan society was predominantly patriarchal, there were notable matriarchal influences, especially in certain families or clans where women held significant power in decision-making, property ownership, and family affairs. These customs and practices reflect the diversity and complexity of pre-colonial Rwandan society, highlighting a deep connection to the land, spirituality, and community. Many of these traditions still influence Rwanda today, even though the colonial period and subsequent changes have altered some aspects of the culture.